Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Sabiqa Nurlaila from the 5th semester of Morning B class from STB Asia. I'm here to present my midterm semantic test to explain the semantics subject, and my choice is presupposition triggers. So let's get started. So before we can talk deeper about the presupposition triggers, let me briefly explain about the presupposition. Presupposition, according to George Yule, is one of the topics in semantics and pragmatics. It is something that the speaker assumes prior to making an utterance. So yeah, before speaking, we start think first. Is that it? Is that we connect to our brain? And then next, presupposition is a claim that is assumed to be true but left unstated. So it's in our mind automatically. What we usually assume when we heard a speaker is first existence of something. The example is the Princess of Spain has red hair. We automatically assume that there is a Princess of Spain, the existence of the princess. And the second one is some event occurred. Example, everybody knows that Mark is married. So the marriage of Mark is some event that we suppose to occur. And the last is some property exists. For example, Geno's car is new. So we started to assume that Geno has a car. Okay, next. Presupposition is a constantly under a negation. So the formula is even if P is false, Q is still true. We will see the examples here. Karina's dog is cute. So Karina has a dog, cute dog. It's a P, and Karina has a dog. It's the presupposition of Karina's dog is cute. So it means Karina has a dog. So P presuppose Q. And then we negate it. We change it. We give some negation into the example. Karina's dog isn't cute. So it's not P, but the Q is still true. Karina still has a dog, but it's just not cute. So the formula is not P presuppose Q. Now we have learned about the presupposition, and let's get deeper into the presupposition trigger. It's a construction or item that signals the existence of a presupposition in an utterance. Yeah. So what triggers us to make an assumption? That's the proposition trigger. There are a lot of triggers. The first one is definite description. For example, Helen saw the unicorn with rainbow tail, and that triggers a presupposition that there exists a unicorn with rainbow tail. And sometimes the unbelievability of the presupposition is what makes the positive utterance unbelievable, and the negative one odd. So it's strange that Helen saw the unicorn because we know that unicorn didn't exist. Yeah, but we assume that there is a unicorn with rainbow tail when a speaker said this sentence. Next, the second one is factive verbs. Nana realized that she was pregnant, and the presupposition is Nana was pregnant. So the word realize triggers presupposition about her pregnancy. And there are other factive words. Sometimes we say it's odd that, be proud, be sorry, glad or sad, know that, and regret that. That's a factive verbs. Next, there is implicative verbs. Kai managed to open the door. Kai tried to open the door. It triggers these presuppositions. So it's something that we tried or we avoid. There is other verbs. Avoided, was expected to, forgot to, ought to remember, and happened to, didn't plan or intend to. Okay, next. Change state of verb. Elizabeth didn't continue to rule the world. That triggers the presupposition of Elizabeth had been ruling the world. Someday, maybe the queen won't rule the world anymore. But the fact is, she has been ruling the world, and it changed from she has been ruling the world to she didn't rule the world, she don't rule the world anymore. So the state of verbs change, and it makes this presupposition. And there are also other verbs such as arrive, begin, come, enter, go, and leave. Next, we have expression or repetition. Carter returned to power, and it triggers the presupposition Carter held power before, so he maybe ruled some government. But it's repetition. So he returned to power. He did it before. Another expression to express the repetition are again, another time, anymore, come back, repeat, and restore. Next, we have expression of temporal relations. While Nadia was cooking for dinner, her children was asleep, and it triggers the presupposition that Nadia was cooking for dinner. So other such conjunction triggering presupposition are after, as, before, during, since, and whenever. Okay. And next, the seventh is cleft sentences. It has the pseudo-cleft structure. It wasn't Harry that killed Voldemort. So it's different. It's a different syntactically, like the sentence. So it triggers the presupposition that someone killed Voldemort, but it wasn't Harry. But when someone said it wasn't Harry that killed Voldemort, then we know, oh, Voldemort has been killed, or someone has killed Voldemort, someone killed Voldemort. So that's the presupposition. And the last is comparison and contrast. When someone said Hermione is a better doctor than Luna, so it triggers the presupposition of Hermione is obviously a doctor because Luna is a doctor. So the comparison between these two doctors trigger us to make assumption or presupposition that Hermione is a doctor. So, and that was all for my explanation about the presupposition and specifically presupposition triggers. I hope you guys will understand. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.